Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another AlphaStar commentary. Today we are on the map New Repugnancy, and in the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have got none other than Alpha Z. And in the top right-hand side of the map, we have got a Masters Zerg. Gonna be trying to fall the AI today. At least in the first match of this video. So, we have got ZVZ. AlphaStar ZVZ seems to be a matchup which is pretty solid, and it doesn't have any major derps for the most part. That really jumped to mind. I mean, sometimes it's like questionable, like, okay, maybe it should attack, maybe it should do something else. Maybe playing against mutas, it has a bit of a weak spot. It doesn't really understand how they snowball. Like a lot of the things the AI doesn't understand. And oh, cool, there's puppies. Aww. They're actually just like normal dogs. They're not like space dogs or anything. Good to know dogs made it to space. Okay, so build-wise, we have got a hatchery on the way, spawning pool on the way for both players. Nothing out of the ordinary. So a normal opening. No crazy fromage just yet, which I'm not sure how well that spells for the Masters player. I think cheese is definitely one of the better strategies to bring down AlphaStar. I think you either got to play cheese or you got to play the late game, but I guess in ZVZ you can't really play the late game. I don't know, maybe you could rush like lurkers or rush, say, broodlords or something, and maybe the AI wouldn't have an easy time about that. That's why I wish we had more AlphaStar games to study the AI in situations like that in a lot of the longer games. Okay, so queens popping out for both players. More drones being made. Everything is looking pretty normal. Interestingly enough, I guess it is notable that AlphaStar already has an Overlord done, whereas the Humans Overlord is a little bit later and seems to be walking the line a little bit more, but I think it should time out nicely for the Masters player, so I'm wondering about the details on that, but probably something trivial for the most part. Now we have got, yeah, speed on the way for both players. The Masters player is mining a little bit more gas than AlphaStar, which usually just pulls out and goes into the 1 gas. But oh no, it's actually mining with 2. Pardon me. I was honestly just going to assume the AI was just mining with 1 gas, but instead, it's mining with 2. We do see a Baneling nest on the way for the Masters player. Both players are going to be aiming for thirds as well, so a rather passive ZVZ so far. And yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty respectful macro opening as far as what you can do in a ZVZ. There hasn't actually been any lings made yet till now, which is kind of mental. But ladies and gentlemen, before this game gets any further, seeing as how there are 4 gross cocoons, let's try and hit 4 likes on this video, as that would be amazing if we could blow that like goal away. Then, of course, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe as I put out daily StarCraft 2 content. Now, let's take a look. Things are starting to heat up a little bit. The Masters player is churning out some lings and banelings. AlphaStar is moving across the map with a few units, but not too many. So what the Masters player is churning out should be more than enough to defend against this. The third base will be under fire, but the Masters player is going to waddle in his banelings to try and respond to this. AlphaStar takes 1 bad connection already. 1 baneling for 4 lings, I think, is quite a reasonable connection for the Masters player. It's nothing amazing, but it was an alright trade, I guess, right? Like, 1 baneling is okay for 4 lings, I'd say so. It's tough to know exactly. I ain't no Zerg expert. Now, AlphaStar squeezed out some more drones while this was going on, whereas the Masters player's round is a little bit later. AlphaStar is now churning out roaches, whereas the Masters player's roach horn isn't quite yet done. So this could be cause for concern for the Masters player, as there's going to be roaches moving across the map pretty soon. I feel AlphaStar isn't one to sit back and macro up in his ZVZ. The Masters player, his roach horn isn't yet done, and AlphaStar has already got 10 on the production tab, is pushing out with queens, potentially just going to bring everything go across the map. And I'm quite concerned for the Masters player. If we take a look, he's gone up to 50 drones. He's making a lair. He hasn't fired up any roaches yet. And oh, is this going to be a sad one? This could be a sad one, as AlphaStar is just about to wreck face once more. And yeah, totally just massacre this Masters player. You can have a couple of banelings at home, but that ain't gonna save you from what's about to hit you, bud. It's gonna be a world of trouble. We see 3 roaches against 14. There's Ravagers in the mix. The Masters player has got to be making as many units as he can, but I don't think he's got time. AlphaStar is churning out 20 lings behind this to be reinforcements, and the Masters player just has to retreat, try and produce as much as he can, but with his Roach Warren in the line of fire, I'm quite concerned. He's awkwardly split up with his production between his third and his natural, and he just taps out as AlphaStar is able to take game number 1. Okay, so AlphaStar easily dispatched that Masters Zerg. Now it's going to be going up against a Diamond Zerg in the top right-hand side of the map. In the bottom left-hand side, it's Alpha T, which I think is one of the cooler sounding names. Alpha T. But then at the same time, there's Alpha Protoss, which could also be called Alpha T or Alpha Toss. It's just a whole can of worms. Now, the map we're on for this game is New Repugnancy. Good old TVZ. The best StarCraft 2 matchup, in my opinion. Except any StarCraft is good. I even do enjoy ZVZ for the most part. I enjoy PvP as it's a total mess at times. TVT is fun to watch. It's stressful to play, but there is so much variation in StarCraft that it is just a game for everyone, I think. No matter what race you play. Now, yeah, going back to that a little bit, I do quite enjoy seeing AlphaStar's ZVZ like it's done before. It seems to be very, very timing attack based, kind of just like throwing stuff at a wall, similar to how some people may go about their play on ladder. This is because, say, for example, if you go on StarCraft 2 ladder, you go check out Spawning Tool or whatever, you find one really good build, and then you just practice that build over and over again. And sometimes you win with that build, sometimes you lose. But usually if the build doesn't work, you just lose the game, which I think is really true to AlphaStar's Zerg at times, because it's really just timing attack based. And then if it loses that, it kind of just sits back at home, makes an auto-mounting units, isn't really sure what to do. And so we see how that iteration is really just based off getting success using timing pushes, not necessarily other game mechanics or whatever. Overlord's coming in. AlphaStar's Reaper is going out. We've got a Marine on the way next for AlphaStar. They'll probably be the factory getting queued up. There we go. So normal TVZ opening for the AI. The Diamond player is going to have to deal with AlphaStar's Reaper harassment, but we'll see. A couple of lings are going to pop out. They'll be enough to shoo away this pesky Reaper. This drone should survive, hiding itself in that extractor. Okay, Reaper's going to start working away on a couple more drones. That one drone's going to want to turn around. It does stay alive, turns itself into an extractor, just to be safe until the Queen pops out to shoo this Reaper away. AlphaStar's being a bit of a pain, but so far no drones have died. I totally could have jinxed that, though, as that drone's under fire. It's like the Queen and Ling will end up chasing away the Reaper, but AlphaStar did actually kill... Well, no, it was actually just one Ling. The other Lings are just chilling somewhere, yeah, at the natural base. Or is that one Ling had the duty of trying to chase the Reaper away. Oh, that is a lot of responsibility to put on one Zergling. Now, AlphaStar is making Hellions, making Marines, which makes me nervous because AlphaStar has a tendency to kind of just go for things, like just charge on in, and sometimes players aren't ready and they will just die. So I'm a little bit concerned that we may be seeing the Hellions kind of just run into the Zerg space and kill the Zerg, as that does happen. Interestingly enough, a lair is already on the way for the Diamond player. Looks like he accidentally let this extractor finish, so that's a bit of a mistake. He can mine from that later on. But for now, that was an error. Losing that drone early on. Firing up 4 Overlords, by the way. Ooh, getting supply blocked a little bit. Not what you want. Let's see, these Hellions are coming in. Lings will end up engaging them, but they'll probably have to retreat back to the support of one of the Queens. AlphaStar is out on the map, active with its Hellions. It's also going for its signature Banshee play, which I think is one of the most defining parts of Alpha Terran. It is the most defining part. Just, it always gets damage done with its Banshees. Lings for the Diamond player want to engage these Hellions, but you gotta be really careful when taking a fight to Hellions. When we're actually seeing a ton of Lings get made for the Zerg player, he feels he needs this many to take on these Hellions, but oh, he's actually just kind of eating a lot of shots as this goes on, so it's actually a good thing he made more Lings to help engage this. A lot of the Hellions are in the red, but actually all of them are alive for AlphaStar. These Hellions could potentially dive into the natural. We'll see. This is not a pretty start for the Dive-In player. We see this Queen. She's going to try and repel the Hellions, but the Hellions are just killing off drones. They're dominating the third base. And alright, looks like the Diamond player has revealed his plan. He says, you know what, I ain't macroing out of this one. I'm just going to go for a Nidus. I don't know if that was his plan originally, but that's what he's going for. It's going to be a big old Queen Banshee or Queen Ling Nidus that'll be facing off against the Banshee Hellion composition of AlphaStar. And AlphaStar is just macroing. It could be a little bit vulnerable to a build like this. There's an Overlord chillin', waiting to call in that Nidus. Now, the Banshee's already setting to work, though, on the Diamond player's side of the map. And seeing as how there's no Overseer in place to help with this, which there really should be, he can afford to make an Overseer, and he does have the lair, so he should. But the Diamond player is going to be going for this big old all-in. He's got 24 Lings and 5 Queens, which really isn't that much, but we'll see what he can do. But he needs to turn this Overlord into an Overseer, so he'll be able to deal with the Banshees. And now all of a sudden, everything is going to start popping into the natural of AlphaStar. The AI definitely didn't expect this one coming. One Queen pops out. Where's the rest of the Queens, guy? You got to send out the rest of your units if you're doing an all-in. You got to come in. I mean, the Lings are engaging the Hellions, but there should be more Queens and more Lings helping here. Looks like he's just going to run his Lings across the map, shoot some more out. The Queens are here to help out. One tank is there for AlphaStar. We'll see how well it's going to use this, whether it'll pull it back and siege it up. Maybe repair it. For now, it looks like the Queens are just chasing away this siege tank. They can transfuse. More Lings are coming in. This could be looking a little bit dicey for AlphaStar. Lings are going to catch these Hellions up against this wall. I mean, it's an R8 trade for, I'm not sure who. It's tough to say. Queens are in the main base. They're fighting SCVs. They should be transfusing non-stop, though, keeping each other healed up. And tanks don't actually deal that much damage, seemingly, to Queens. So these Queens can tank a lot with their bank transfuses. They do got to keep transfusing each other, though, ladies. Take care of each other, sisters. But where's the transfuse? All right, one of these Queens has died. The siege tank may get focused down by the Queens, but no, AlphaStar is going to use that repair mechanic to keep it alive, and thus the Queens are going to run out of gas. The Zerg player has made more Zerglings, but with the Queens gone, and just the Banshee back at home still giving him grief, I'm not sure what the Diamond player is going to be able to do. There's 44 Lings out that still can flood into the main base, but there's Thors, there's siege tanks, and a good number of Hellions still for AlphaStar to deal with this. I do want to point out, once again, AlphaStar's best feature is its ability to continuously macro, and during an all-in, it's easy to forget to stop making units, but no, AlphaStar has been churning out units non-stop, even making workers, but then just churning out factory units, because sometimes you focus so much on the positioning that it's easy to basically ignore, it's easy to ignore, say, producing units, when in reality, 1 or 2 extra units can be a hold, or not a hold, but this was definitely a hold. The Diamond player doesn't have a third base. He's having to rebuild this, seeing as how I guess it must have been killed by a Banshee or something. Or did he ever have a third base? Yeah, he definitely did. AlphaStar, great production, has a third orbital command, is going to be able to float that over, effectively defended this attack. The Diamond player can try and make drones, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to pull this one back. I'm 99% sure he won't be able to. AlphaStar has only thrown leads this good, say, once or twice. The most notable one that comes to mind was against the Protoss player who just turtled into Void Raising carriers on 2 bases, and AlphaStar was like, what do I do? But seeing as how it's actually meching making Thors and Hellions, which is cool. It's not something we see AlphaStar do too often. AlphaStar meching isn't something that we see this often. Even getting out Medivacs to go with the Thors. Is it going to use, like, Medivac Thor elevators? We never see this out of AlphaStar. This is actually really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Hellions still for AlphaStar. The third base is being set up. The Zerg player is on 41 supply compared to the 107 of AlphaStar, but AlphaStar, in true meching fashion, isn't going to move out for attack, but it may go for a Thor drop. It's actually moving this Thor around with the Medivac. That high impact cannon is going to work away on this Overlord. Looks like that Overlord will die. The Thor's range is really, really far, killing off that Overlord. Now, we see the Diamond player is going to go for a Spire. I mean, I don't dislike a Spire against a meching player, but by gosh, look at this. So scarred from the Banshees. He has 3 spores in his main base. None at his third, but yeah, it's going to be a 2-base Spire to try and come back in this game. I mean, the Diamond player, if he plays his cards right, should be able to make, like, I don't know, 10 mutas or so, which isn't an awful amount against a meching player who doesn't have tons of anti-air. I mean, AlphaStar only has the 1 Thor for anti-air, so if the Diamond player gets out mutas, kills the Thor, then there's a solid chance, a solid chance that the Diamond player could win if AlphaStar derps hard. But then, as I say that, AlphaStar fires up 3 Cyclones. It knows not to go without anti-air. And 3 Cyclones should be more than enough to tango with whatever amount of Mutalisks the Diamond player can afford, which looks like it will be 10 or so once he decides to fire those up. But wait a second, the choice was not actually Mutalisks. I saw that Infestation Pit start, but I didn't think anything of it. It's actually going to be 11 SWARMHOST for the Diamond player. Going to be trying to come back with the good old muffins. The muffins of death, of course, that shoot out little killers, but these Hellions are hitting the third base. There's really not a lot here for the Diamond player to deal with this. He's going to have a SWARMHOST or 2 pop out. But yeah, it's still going to be tough to come back. I'm not sure if mutas should have been the choice or not. I guess he did see the Thor, so he thought maybe not. Looks like AlphaStar loses a Banshee, but then the Hellions are back hitting the third base. Hellions killing a third, or even a Zerg building. Not in Hellbat mode, isn't something you see every day, but it could be something we're seeing this game. These Hellions cooking this up. There's Roaches on the way for the Diamond player. He's also going to be using that Nidus Worm to use with those SWARMHOSTs, so these could actually get some good damage done. Look at this. The Locusts are going to be coming towards the natural base of AlphaStar. AlphaStar is going to have to pull everything back to defend against this. Locust's going to catch a tank or 2, maybe even a 3rd tank. No, it looks like they're going to go for a couple of workers being microed. Nicely done by the Diamond player. His 3rd is still alive thanks to these Roaches. Another Nidus Worm is going to be getting called on up. I mean, the Diamond player isn't doing too bad against AlphaStar right now, and this is territory we don't see AlphaStar playing a lot. So there is a chance that the AI could have a bit of a malfunction and not really know how to deal with SWARMHOST Nidus. There's that Nidus finishing up. These Death Muffins are going to pop out. They're all just about to get off cooldown. And where is the wave of Locust? Looks like it will be popping out now, and back into the Nidus Worm they go. AlphaStar could be getting nickeled and dimed to death. There's a chance that this is what we're going to see. Looks like a very wise decision from the AI, though. Runs the SCVs away, lifts off that base, loses only a couple of Hellions to this wave, so really good response to that, as a matter of fact. Looks like the Diamond player is making his main base into a lair, even though he's already got one. I told them we've already got one. Yeah, that's not what you want to be doing. You don't want little inefficiencies like that. The Diamond player is banking a lot of money, or a bunch of gas, so I wouldn't mind seeing infestors. But now we're seeing AlphaStar move out with his big old army. The SWARMHOST are just chilling in here, when in reality they need to be doing something every second that they can, because the Diamond player is so far behind. And they're going to pop out now and do another wave. Maybe this is going to make AlphaStar pull back. We'll see. I kind of doubt it, though, as the AI is hitting towards the natural. There's that wave of Locusts now moving in. Does the AI derp hard and pull everything back? It's looking like a no. And seeing as how we're seeing just Roaches be made against this many Siege Tanks and Hellbats, AlphaStar is totally going to be crushing this Zerg player. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to slap that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe as I put out daily StarCraft 2 content. Join the Discord if you haven't, as we announce tournaments and things there. And then, of course, if you want, check me out on Twitter too. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez.